Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, everyone? You know what it is. It's your boy Trey, and you're rocking with First Formation Morning Sports Talk this man. So come on and fall in with your favorite vets on the next as we get into talking about what's been popping, what's been happening, what's happening, what's popping, what's cracking in the sports realm, or anything, just about anything. Sometimes it just depends on how we're feeling. So, of course, we know yesterday was the tamper-free portion of free agent fees for the NFL. That was a whole bunch of money spending going on. What's good? What's going on, man? Everything's good over here. Copacetic. What's up with you over there in your area, man? How you been doing? Was you impressed by anything that Minnesota did yesterday? But yeah, definitely a lot of money being tossed around. Atlanta Falcons, them dirty birds, $233 million in free agency spent yesterday. But I guess money, overall money. They pissing you off. Y'all good, man. Y'all pick the nigga, y'all pick up a tight end or something. I mean, y'all good, bro. And then y'all bring in someone to back up Kirk Cousins. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so basically for the most part, definitely a lot of spending going on. So I mean, I guess there's more to be seen for the most part. That's just the beginning. We still have, of course, the New York Jets is still waiting, as well as the Green Bay Packers are still waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Currently, we don't know who is on the radar of Lamar Jackson and seeing if they can poach him away from the Baltimore Ravens with 2 first-round draft picks as a price tag, or does he stay in Baltimore and play on the non-exclusive franchise tag for $32 million this year? What's key for me, for the most part, which I think is restructuring. There's so many teams, unlike any other time. It's, in my opinion, there's an unprecedented amount of restructuring going on for teams restructuring to get players. Okay, I think I knew y'all had got a tight end. I saw y'all let Patrick Peterson go. Currently now a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 defensive ends. Y'all let also Kendricks go. Now Kendricks is a part of the Los Angeles Chargers. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But like I was just saying, a large, unsurmountable amount of restructuring going on. And what you're going to talk to a little later for the most part, because I wonder what is that an allusion to? Is it basically like an overbooking of a sense where you got so much, where you just sit up and put out so much, and now you have to come back and get with players and referencing to restructuring their contracts to be able to make things fit for your organization? Basically, I want to once later on, and so as we have more people that's in, I want to tap into that, of course. So we know already the NCAA basketball tournament for men and women is about to pop off, as it starts off for the men's tonight with the two sets of teams battling for the 16th and 11th seed. That is the Southeast Missouri State versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi, as they are both battling for the 16th seed in the region, South region, for the Final Four. And later on in the night, University of Pitt will be battling against Mississippi State for the right to claim the 11th seed in the Midwest region. Of course, later on, tomorrow we'll have Fair Dickinson versus Tapped In the battle. What the blood clot? 1 second, everyone. Come on, fam. Uh, 1 second as I get this back. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that for a second. Just a brief, unfortunate situation with a disconnect with the server. But in any case, like I was saying, getting right back into it. Um, of course, we have the final games for tonight. As I was saying before, we're looking at the 16 and 11 seed, basically Southeast Missouri State versus Texas A&M for the 16 seed in the southern region. A Pitt and Mississippi State battle for the 11th seed in the south in the Midwest region. For of course tomorrow night, Fair Dickinson and Texas Southern University of Texas Southern battle for the 16th seed in the East region, and Nevada and Arizona State will tap in tomorrow as they look to claim the 11th seed in the West region for NCAA action, getting started early before all festivities kick off on the 18th of the 16th of March, being Thursday, when the tournament becomes in full swing, of course. So, as you know, there's a tight battle going on in NBA conference, in NBA, the Western and Eastern, for the most part, most of the Western, where it is a hell of a hellacious tight race all the way down to the 14th seed to the 6th seed, maybe even the 5th seed, if it corrects me. We'll see for a second, to where the teams are battling, are taking the teams are battling and built locked into a hellacious battle for who is going to be in the playoffs this coming season. So, of course, last night there was a slate of 7 games that went down. What's good? You know what? We are good. We are good, Anthony. I understand. I'm very. When I seen it, I was like, I'm very sure I'm going to hear a lot of stuff in reference to Sam Darnold, but we are good. We are A-okay. Now, like I said yesterday, I may have preferred to get Jacoby Brissett, but Sam, is not that bad. He's not that bad. He went 4-2 this year with the Carolina Panthers in backup duty once he got back in there. So it might not be as bad. We'll see. Definitely see how it goes. Back into the NBA, of course. The Pacers were in Detroit yesterday, and it was a shellacking 20-point dub, and it doesn't go the way in which most would have thought it was. The Pacers led by 20 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists from Jordan Norwa, 15.6 rebounds, 4 assists from Aaron Nesmith, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists from Andrew Newhart. Isaiah Jackson contributed 11.6 rebounds, 12 points, 1 rebound from Chris Duarte. Buddy Hield, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from O'Shea Brissett. Jalen Smith was 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And George Hughes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. On the opposite side of the spectrum, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists from Corey Joseph, 18 points apiece. James Wiseman with 14 rebounds and 1 assist to go along. Rodney Magruder, 5 points, with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists to go along with that. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, as well as 12 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists from Jalen Duren. 17.6 rebounds, 2 assists from Amari. Isaiah Levers contributes with 2 points, 4 rebounds. And Buddy Boheen with 3 points and 1 assist in what amounted to a 20-point blowout. Detroit Pistons get the dubs by the score of 117-97. With the win, the Detroit Pistons collect their 16th victory of the year. Unfortunately, it's coupled with 53 losses. On the opposite side of the spectrum, the Indiana Pacers gummed 31-38 on the year, getting closer and closer to what could potentially be another year which the Pacers don't make the playoffs. But I mean, stranger things can happen. We don't know. Maybe they turn things around, or maybe not. Of course. last night in action, the new Miami Heat hosted the Utah Jazz, East versus West battle. Jazz led by Lauri Markkanen, probably the front runner for the most improved player of the year. 38 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Simone Fontecchio, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. From Ochai Agbaji, 9 points apiece from Tyler Horton Tucker, as well as Chris Dunn. 8 points, Rudy Gay, 1 rebound, 2 assists to go along. 3 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists for Kelly Olynyk. Walker Kessler contributed with 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist on the night. 4 rebounds, 4 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists from Juan Toscano Anderson, and Damian Jones lastly contribute with 2 rebounds. Johnny Juzang, of course, 1 rebound. But when you all comes down to it, which I was more for the most part enjoyed it. The Miami Heat get the dub 119 to 115. With that, the Heat improved to 37 and 33, just 4 games above 500. Unfortunately, the Utah Jazz fall to 33 and 36. But I guess when you look at it, it depends on what you consider fortune and what it lies on. For me, it was very fortunate because with that loss, it added to a contribution to my beloved Lakers. Of course, the Memphis Grizzlies, hosted by the Dallas Mavericks. We all know the Memphis Grizzlies are currently without their player in Ja Morant, as he is currently, as of yesterday, checked into a facility, a treatment facility in Florida, as he looks to tries to find some help in his situation, as he lately has made a couple of erratic decisions that was seen by friends, families, fans, and everything, just the complete public, in which he is looking to fix that situation and basically looking to get back to the league after treatment. So he's checked in a treatment facility in Florida, but yet, of course, that doesn't stop the teams continue to play. And like you said last night, locked in against the Dallas Mavericks. Memphis Grizzlies, led by Desmond Baines, 23.7 rebounds and 7 assists. 19 points apiece from David Roddy, 5 rebounds and 1 assist to go along, as well as Dylan Brooks, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from Tyus Jones. Xavier Tillman, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Jaren Jackson Jr., 7.6 rebounds, 10 points from Santi Aldama, 2 points apiece from Kenneth Lofton Jr., and Luke Kennard for the Mavericks, without their dynamic duo in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Led by Jaden Hardy's 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists from Josh Green. 9 points apiece from Justin Holiday and McKinney Wright. 5 points apiece from Reggie Bullock and Tim Hardaway Jr. But it wasn't enough at the end state, as the Memphis Grizzlies, without their all-star, dispatched the Dallas Mavericks without their all-stars by the score of 88 to 104. With that loss, the Mavericks fall to a 34 and 35 record. The Grizzlies continue to keep their head above water, 41 and 26 on the year, in which we'll go a little more in depth to that in just a moment. As we know, of course, like I said, Luka Doncic currently out as he deals with a thigh strain. And then Kyrie Irving dealing with a foot injury. You have three, I guess, when you take in consideration that Christian Wood wasn't available either. Your top three, JaVale McGee not getting any playing time. So when you look at your top three, considerably your top 3 players possibly all out, you can expect that these type of things will happen. And the beat goes on. I just say that. Of course, another one in which I thought was going to be beneficial to us, maybe thought the Hawks was going to do us a huge favor, and take out the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which it didn't happen in state. I just say that Timberwolves, led by Anthony Edwards, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a triple double from Kyle Anderson, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, 21 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists from Mike Conley Jr., 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Luka Garza, 9 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, Teron Prince. Rudy Gobert contributed with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on the night. 19 points, 1 rebound from Jaden McDaniels, 5 points apiece, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, as well as Josh Samanat for the Timberwolves. For the Hawks, Trae Young dropped 41 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists with DeJounte Murray. 16 points, 14 rebounds from Onyeka Okongwu. 10 points, 10 rebounds, Clint Capella. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, DeAndre Hunter. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists from John Collins. But it wasn't enough at any point in which the Minnesota Timberwolves get a 21-point drubbing of the Atlanta Hawks in the ATL, 136-115. Maybe the Hawks was enamored by the spending spree in which the Falcons put out yesterday, and kind of like was distracted a little bit and wasn't able to take care of business. They did try to make up the difference as they scored 30 points apiece, but of course, the real damage came in the first half as a 62 point first half was the difference. They made up a little bit in the second half, but it's just Minnesota kept pace, and from that runoff in the first half was able to take care of business and close out the game. Of course, 3 more games on the docket. The Boston Celtics pulled up in H-Town. Maybe took a look at the and enjoyed the the rodeo, possibly because the Rockets were able to take care of business. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, all in attendance. Brown dropped 43 piece, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Tatum 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist from Malcolm Brogdon, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Derek White, Marcus Smart, 6 points. Al Horford, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists on the night. Luke Cornett, 2 points and 5 points from Sam Hauser. But it wasn't enough as the Rockets were all locked in. 3 players in 20 points or more. Kenyon Martin Jr., 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. 28.7 rebounds, 3 assists from Jalen Green. 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists from Jabari Smith Jr., 11 points for Jason Tate, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 assists from Kevin Porter Jr., Josh Christopher, as well as Ty Washington Jr. and Usman Garobu all contribute 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 points from Christopher and Ty with 1 rebound. Of course, it probably was the difference. He said Jaylen Brown would have made that layup, as of course it was a late layup miss for what would have been the tie. But in any case, the Boston Celtics fall to the Houston Rockets by the score of 111-109. With that win, the Houston Rockets themselves collect their 16th dub of the year, already eliminated from playoff contention. 1 of 3 teams in the NBA eliminated from playoff contention. Again, coupled with the 52 games loss, puts them out, but puts them in for the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, everyone. The Boston Celtics, with their loss, dropped to 47-22, and yet a game and a half behind the Eastern Conference leading Milwaukee Bucks, as of course they were in action last night as well. Faced off the top number 1 seeded Sacramento Kings, in which there was a little skirmish towards the end of the game, in which it was said that Giannis Antetokounmpo was on some other stuff. In any case, I guess when you drop a 46 piece with 12 rebounds and 4 assists to go along, you can do that type of stuff. Chris Middleton, 31 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists from Brook Lopez. Drew Holiday, 11.6 rebounds, 8 assists. After that, it falls off a little. 8 points from Grayson Allen, 4 points from Drake Crowder, 5 points from Javon Carter. Bobby Porter's 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and Pat Cottage 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist on the night. The Kings, Harrison Barnes with 14 points. De'Aaron Fox led the field with 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. 28 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists from Kevin Huerter. Domantas Sabonis, a triple-double, 23 points, 17 rebounds, 15 assists. Keegan Murray contributed with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 6 points apiece from Trey Lyles and Malik Monk. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, as well as 2 rebounds, 5 assists, respectively. And lastly, Chimezie Metu, 5 points, 2 rebounds on a night that seeing 2 of the players were ejected out of the game late in the fourth quarter as Trey Lyles and Brook Lopez got into a little of a skirmish. As I said, Trey Lyles didn't take too acceptably to Giannis Antetokounmpo sidestepping and dribbling as he walked down instead of just dribbling out the ball. Trey Lyles went for a steal in which he was called for the foul and proceeded to push Giannis Antetokounmpo. Brook Lopez, Robert Lopez, they can take 2 kindly to that. Well, Brookie. They can take 2 kindly to that and walked up and had some choice words for Trey Lyles. Seemingly, Trey Lyles grabbed at that point, pushes him and grabs him around his neck, and then a skirmish ensued. End up on the scorer's table. Both players ejected. It's likely that there's going to be possibly a fine handed down, maybe even a suspension for one, if not both players. In any case, the score 133 to 124 ensures that the Bucks moved on to 49 and 19, 12 games remaining on the season. Correction. Yes, for the most part. The Sacramento Kings dropped to 40 and 27. Not shabby, of course. Like I said, they are currently the second team in the West as they made their way up the standings. Shout out to Coach Brown doing an exceptional job in Sacramento. And last but not least, last night's game pitted the Phoenix Suns against the hosting Golden State Warriors. The Suns on the night led by Devin Booker's 32 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist from DeAndre Ayton as he contributes with the double-double. Chris Paul with the double-double, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Josh Okogie. Torrey Craig with 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist, 9 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists for Cameron Payne. 4 points apiece from Ish Wainwright as well as Bismack Biyombo. 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, Terrence Ross, and John Londale with 2 points, 2 rebounds. For the Warriors, Klay Thompson shooting frizzy, 38 points, 5 rebounds, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. For Steph Curry, 20 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists from Jordan Poole, 10 points, 3 assists from Dante DiVincenzo. Draymond Green, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists from Kevin Looney. 4 points, 2 rebounds from Moses Moody, and his lastly, 9.7 assists, 7 points, 9.7 rebounds, 1 assist from JaVale McGee and Andre Iguodala, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in what was all the winning effort for the Golden State Warriors by the score of 123 112. With that dub, the Warriors improved to 36 and 33 on the night. The Phoenix Suns 37 and 31 with the L, in which for the most part puts them I mean, they're still kind of safe, I guess, depending on it. If you look at the Western Conference now, leading the Denver Nuggets are currently locked in ahead of. Yes, you can't. That's such a true statement, Anthony. You can never count out the Warriors. If you watched the game last night, Steph Curry was feeling himself. Of course, he told them that this ain't 2014. As he looked at saying that they can't stop him, can't guard him. Chris Paul, he feel like he's working Chris Paul over, couldn't hold him, couldn't stop him. Just in his bag last night. Looking at the standings now, starting off in the West, of course, with 46 and 22 on their record, the Denver Nuggets lead the Memphis Grizzlies, who took a half game, a full game jump over the Kings with the loss and win for the loss to the Kings and the win for the Grizzlies yesterday. Currently, holding that 4.5 game lead over the Grizzlies at 2. At number 3, what's good, Calvin? Good morning, sir. Glad to have you information with us this morning. The Kings currently the number 3 seed. I had 5.5 games behind the Denver Nuggets. Phoenix Suns 37-31 at the 4 seed. The Warriors currently sitting at the 5th seed, 10.5 games ahead of behind the Nuggets, but that's not the point. The point is who is on the backside. As we know, there's a tight race. Of course, you have the Los Angeles Clippers that are tied with the Warriors at the 6th spot. But again, it's what's going on behind them. Of course, if you go down to the 13th seeded Portland Trailblazers, they are currently only 4.5 games out of what is the 5th seed. So, of course, a couple of losses and wins here and there can turn the tide for any of the teams. 5th to 5, in my opinion, not even that. 4 through 13. As there's only 6 games that separates the Trailblazers and the Suns and what's in between. Currently sitting at the 7 through 10 spot, you have the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, the Lakers, and the Pelicans. The Lakers didn't even play last night, and they went from number 11 to number 9 just due to the losses. Of course, they locked in tonight in a head-to-head game in which can give them a little separation, if possible, as they do battle with the Pelicans tonight. Currently tied at 33 and 35 apiece, 13 games out of the first place, but only a mere 2.5 games out of the 6th spot. Of course, when you look at it, the Mavericks taking the air last night put them in just a half a game in front of the Lakers, the Thunder, the Pelicans, and the game in front of the Jazz. So it's anybody's game in the West. Of course, in the East, before we get to the games tonight, the Bucks 2.5 games ahead of the Celtics. Just yesterday, they were a game and a half. Boston takes an L to Houston. Milwaukee gets the win over Sacramento. Of course, it changes the tide. Now, Celtics at the 2 spot. 76ers bring up the rear at number 3, just a game behind the Celtics. The Cavaliers at number 4. Brooklyn holding on to the 5th spot, currently just 10 games out of first place. New York, same thing, 10 games out of first place to the 5th, just behind the New York Knicks. The Miami Heat, 37-33 at the 7th spot. 8th spot, the Hawks. 9th spot, the Raptors. And at number 10, the Chicago Bulls. A little bit different in the East, however. Just one team eliminated from contention already, the Detroit Pistons. Soon or very sure, the Charlotte Hornets is going to be going to suffer the same fate. Currently, the Orlando Magic at the 13th slot just sit 2.5 games. No, correction, 3.5 games out of the 9th seed potentially. 11 games out of the 6th spot. So their opportunity is a little bit different from those in the West. Of course, like we just talked about, the 13th seed to the 4th seed are really obtainable for those teams. Just the Knicks and Cavs first round would be awesome to see. Do you think so, Cal? Oh, well, I guess so. When you look at how the Knicks is playing, of course, it helped them. They got that win over the Lakers night before last. Um, Gave them a edge, had them to dismiss the 3-game losing streak in which they was on. Ended the Lakers winning streak. So now both teams have to go back and revamp. The Lakers could get back into the swing of things tonight, of course. As you look at the games for tonight, 8 games on the docket. The Pistons and Wizards face off. Donovan versus a team that almost had him in the offseason, lots of talent on each roster. Oh, yes, definitely. And then hopefully we think that what's his name? Jalen Bronson is at some point due to come back as he has been missing. So I guess it would definitely be a pretty good matchup, Kyle. Definitely without a doubt. Tonight's games, the Detroit Pistons, hosted by the Washington Wizards. The aforementioned Cal was just talking about Cleveland Cavaliers traveled to to Charlotte to take on the Hornets. The Raptors will be hosting the Denver Nuggets in Toronto. As we just said, the New Orleans Pelicans play host to the Los Angeles Lakers in the NO. Of course, a battle for the those spots as Lakers could improve their resume and maybe get a little leg up, or the Pelicans can, as anyone's game. The Brooklyn Nets to take on the OKC Thunder in the West at Oklahoma. A win will help out a lot of teams. The Orlando Magic and San Antonio Spurs will do battle. Not really too much going on there. The New York Knicks will be pulling up in Portland to take on the Trailblazers. Do we see the Knicks continue on with their, I guess you could say, onslaughts of the West, but they on their swing currently 1-1 as they lost to the Clippers, beat the Lakers. Now they face off against the Trailblazers. And then lastly, the Milwaukee Bucks will take on the Phoenix Suns, a bit of a different look as KD is out for potentially another 2 weeks as he had the ankle injury last week. So all that remain to be seen. How does it go? Does it really nothing major? As the only thing, the battles in my opinion, searching is of course the Trailblazers and Lakers and Pelicans with a win or loss would change the playoff picture just a tad bit for those teams. And then of course the same thing for the Knicks, but they're already cemented in the position in the top 6 for the most part, so they're sitting pretty not too bad. So really the difference is the Nets and Thunders game. The Knicks and Trailblazers and Pelicans and Lakers will make a huge difference. And of course, if that continues on, like we were talking about, the Suns and Milwaukee Bucks actually does make a difference as well, depending on who can get it. Brooklyn versus Philly would be a nightmare for Ben Simmons to endure. And that's unfortunate, Cal. Like, I really wonder, maybe, and this isn't to be funny or anything, but maybe Ben Simmons should pull up with Ja, and maybe they should do treatment together to figure out what's going on. Because Ben once, I guess you could say, a Nova at one point. Now he's reduced. The light has been dimmed. And it's unfortunate, like, if we're to sit up and do with that. And it goes back to thinking, like, all these people, these young phenoms that we see in the sports realm, and how things turn quickly, so fast, so quickly for them when they're not. I guess they don't have enough wherewithal to deal with the rigors of being a superstar, being in the public eye, being being in organizations in which they are the face of, and not being able to deal with it once the ridicule and stuff comes down. Not having that resiliency, you know what I'm saying, here, putting on my MRT hat, not having the ability to face the what comes with that, and being resilient enough to overcome it, look past it, completely understand what it is that needs to be done, and go from there. And that's the unfortunate situation. Hopefully the NBA can and will find, different ways and alternatives to help our players in those ways. And two different things: mental illnesses um, are real, and sometimes it's okay to act or seek help. Uh, so to continue is almost like a Brooklyn and Philly um, series will be a trigger. And of course, Ben Simmons fans don't care. They look for the edge anyway. They can get it. Ben going back to Philly in a 7-game series would definitely be a situation to where it would probably really put some undue stress on him and his mind. It's unfortunate, but hopefully he ends up getting an opportunity to pull through and can figure it out. In other news in the NBA, for those that are tapped in and listening right now, I'd like your opinion on something, right? So, of course, we know that the international games are upon us again this year. You have the World Games later on in August. I mean, the World Cup, the FIBA World Cup in August, and then next year the Olympics are back upon us already. It seems like it was just yesterday, but the Olympics are back upon us already. 2020, 23, correction, 2024 Olympics in Paris already on us, which means the USA basketball team will be back in full effect again, getting ready to compete. So, as you know, or if you don't know, Colangelo, who was the former director of USA Basketball, has stepped down. His successor, who is now the management director for USA Basketball, not a bad selection possibly, is Grant Hill. We already know that Coach K stepped down as the basketball coach for USA Basketball, replaced by his assistant, Steve Kerr. So now you have a team of Steve Kerr and Grant Hill that are going to be instrumental in keeping together the tradition of winning for the Team USA. Keep in mind, in my opinion, the international game is a lot further ahead than it was a few years ago, or even as soon as last year. We already know currently Spain is the defending World Cup champions, in which the same World Cup in which the U.S. played in, or did they not play in it? I think they didn't play in it because it was during the COVID time frame. In any case, there's new sheriffs in town, I guess you could say. So what exactly is going on is that Grant Hill has decided to switch things up a little bit, in which he's changing how they do things in selecting the USA basketball team. So if you remember, Colangelo basically put it upon just in time. What's going on there, Bishop?
What's good, WGO? What up? What's going on? What's going on? It's Tuesday. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much. Hold on. How's your morning going?
It's not going too bad, man. I can't lie. It's pretty straight. Yeah.
Okay, I can. Okay. So I was just going over and speaking in reference to the changing of guard with Team USA basketball. Grant Hill takes over for Colangelo. Steve Kerr takes over for Coach K. And with that change, we'll be on what team, Anthony? And with that change comes other changes. So what Grant Hill has done is he's decided to remove what Colangelo did in basically going and having players have to commit to playing for Team USA basketball. So he's going to remove them having to commit. Secondly, he's removing having to come and try out for the team as well, and which sounds like what they're basically going to do is they're going to basically select and pick the team, and then they're going to have training camps. So it looks like they're going to handpick teams and give an invite, and per that invite, that you will be Team USA. They're going to continue to do USA Select, in which they're going to have the young guns and young players that come in, and if they need to pull from a pool, they pull from a pool of young players in order to determine who Team USA would be. Oh, he won't be on Team USA. So, in doing that, do you think that's a good idea, Bishop, to where you can get the best players for the team and stuff like that? Because he said the main reason because he said the culture of the game is changing. He's like with the World Cup and the actual USA games. I mean, the games being like back-to-back summers, it makes a difference. And when you look at the load management that players are doing nowadays, that makes a difference. So they're changing how they do things. Do you think that's going to be able to field a pretty good team and just sending out invites and having those players mesh together, or would you have potentially thought about staying with the tryout and all that type of stuff? Because I'm going to tell you after you answer, I'm going to tell you why he removes the tryout.
What you going to tell me after?
Yeah, so he removed the tryout. Okay, I'll tell you now, so you can go a whole comprehensive look. So he removed the tryout, and then I wonder what what you're gonna say to this.
Okay,
he removed the tryout because he said the players come there and practice for 7 days, just for some of them to be told you're not a part of the team.
that's all tryouts. That's all tryouts. You take a chance. I mean,
do we say diva?
Yeah, you take a chance. It is what it is. The combine is 3 days. You go into the combine for 3 days, 4 days to let the scouts look at you. Yeah. And if you get a call, you get a call. You don't get a call, you don't get a call. I think
it's a damage to the psyche of the player at that point. It's like, I'm a professional player. I'm best of the best. And that's what you want. I would thought that's what you would want. I'm sitting up and play. I'm being put up against Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, well, probably not Joel Embiid, because even though he is a dual citizen, but I'm thinking he's not.
Marcus
Smart.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Like, I'm up against these cats. If I make the team, then that's, you know what I'm saying, I'm deserving of this roster spot.
You play to the caliber of your peers. You play to the caliber of your peers.
Cal says, to be honest, if they do their due diligence early on, they should be able to determine who fits well based on the game playing style. So you said basically saying that watching the games, you can see, because like you said, like I could almost guarantee that Clay. Well, I don't know, it's based on what they want, honestly, that them and Curry. But I can probably say that Clay and Steph, or at least one of them, gets an invite. Clay at this point is second in the NBA in most made threes. So does the game translate the international game to shooters, or do you need bruisers?
I don't think you need bruisers. I don't think we've ever needed bruisers.
You just think
it's been.
Well, we needed bruisers back in the day, like Team USA. I don't think like
what
Team USA.
What bruisers did we have?
Charles Barkley, Karl Malone.
He's not a bruiser.
Karl Malone isn't a bruiser, or Barkley isn't a bruiser?
But Karl Malone is not a bruiser. Barkley, I give Barkley a bruiser. Karl Malone is not a bruiser. No.
So back in the day, I haven't seen that since then. Like, we haven't had people to like go in and do that type of stuff since then.
Right.
It's been more of a finesse game for the most part, or people just start getting into it. So, but again, like the Team USA used to put up points.
We did. We used to dominate. Yeah, Dream Team. We used to dominate.
The All-Star weekend should have been a tryout.
Had been a tryout. Yeah, you ain't lying about that one.
But teams are going to turn down. Of course, you look at the consideration that people turning down the invite, in which you're going to have, so where they're going to have to go to the next person, next man up. A lot of teams they put together still aren't the best, in my opinion. I agree, Coach. you can make the work with several collections of NBA talent as long as you have the right skills out there. Correct. Can't have a lot of ISO guys. And I agree. And that's what they're going to be set with producing now, because they go look and they bring in 12 players and additionally 12 other players that select team to compete against them and go from there. But Bishop, you were saying like you do agree or don't agree?
So in my opinion, I don't even know if you actually do you really need a tryout? Do you need a tryout? Like seriously, like do you really need a tryout? Because in my opinion, if you look at the 82 game NBA season, that is a tryout. You should be able to handpick each and then because what you see in a person like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, the Splash Brothers, what you see on the court in them 82 games is the exact same thing you're gonna see on the court in a tryout. You ain't gonna see nothing different. However, you don't get me wrong, I understand the chemistry that you're gonna see, but then if that's the case, we go back to what Anthony Price said. Look at the All-Star game. If you want to look at the chemistry amongst certain players, but I don't really, in my opinion, I don't feel like there's a need for an actual tryout. You're not going to see anything different outside of the gelling of players who don't play together on a regular basis. Other than that, it doesn't matter, because when it's all said and done, true ballers, and this is for you, Calvin, and let me know if I'm right or wrong. True ballers can ball with anybody.
So
true ballers can ball with anybody, because we've seen Kevin Durant go from Oklahoma City. We've seen him go to Golden State, win 2. We've seen him go to Brooklyn, and now he's out there in Phoenix. Which team could he not ball with? And I'll wait.
So right now, who are the top 6 guards, 1s and 2s, in which you think are out there, in which if you were a director of it, would you be reaching out right now? Top 6. Top 6 guards. Just six top guards. The one
so the one and two. One or two. So definitely would be Steph.
Okay, that's 1.
Kyrie.
Okay, 2 point guards.
Damian.
Well, I guess he's a combo guard. Who you say that?
Damian.
Like Wade. I mean, not Wade. Dash.
Damian
Lillard.
Hold on. Damian, Kyrie, Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have to go with Booker. I don't know with Morant right now. I would not fool with Ja right now.
Not for international. You wouldn't think
not right now. Definitely Devin Booker and probably Tatum.
Well, Tatum's a 4, but they're Brown. Tatum's a 3, but Brown. But you got Jaylen Brown. He's a 2.
Okay, Jaylen. I would stick Jaylen in there.
So you have Dame, Steph, Kyrie, which is the same one that Coach Cal had. You just said Jaylen Brown, Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, and who's the 6th one?
Oh, the 6th one. I said
you said Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Brown. That's 4. So 2 more.
No, I said one other one too. Didn't I say one other one? You know who else?
Who?
You know who I put up in there? Poole.
You would put Poole?
Mm-hmm. I would put Poole in there.
Just to throw something off. Just to get something different.
Yep.
Okay. What about one more guard?
I thought I had 5. Who did I say?
He said Coach Cal said no way on Jordan.
I'm putting Poole in there. Oh yeah, I'm putting Poole in there for sure. Undisciplined. Oh, and you know who my 6th one would be?
Who?
McCollum.
CJ McCollum.
CJ.
So McCollum, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Jordan Poole, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, yep.
Okay, who would be your five? Your 6 big men.
6 big men would.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about from the 3 to the 5, right?
Yeah, 3 to 5.
Ooh,
So I know
and
you
I
said
only get 6.
you only get 6. So you said already. I know you said Tatum. So he's
Tatum was
probably.
1. Tatum was 1.
Does
Kevin
LeBron get
Durant.
it? Kevin Durant.
Kevin
I
Durant.
sports. I
Absolutely.
figured. So that's it.
Tatum, Durant. Oh, can they be foreign? Can Greek or no? They got to be.
No, he can't.
USA.
He can.
Okay.
Yeah, USC only.
Well, definitely. Wait a minute, Joker either, huh?
No, he can't either. Nope.
Ooh. Oh, but can I have Embiid?
So I would think. I mean, technically, you could have him be, but because he's a dual citizen. But I think they're going to. I think Jace. I think he would leave. I think Grant Hill is going to leave Embiid off.
Oh, damn! Y'all done took all the big star, big men. Let me see. So I said Durant, Tatum.
Mm-hmm. LeBron don't get an invite.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to invite LeBron.
Okay, 6 more. I mean 3 more. I'm sorry.
3 more. LeBron. I'm just looking at the teams. Oh, you know what? I would probably add. Hold on, no.
What about Jared Allen?
Oh, I don't know about Jared Allen, bro. Oh, Kawhi.
You would bring Kawhi? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's Kawhi. 4. 2 more.
I'll bring Kawhi. Kawhi.
Anthony Davis?
Only because he kinfolk. I'd probably bring Anthony D. Yeah, that's
okay.
What's that?
1 more.
5.
That's 5.
At 5. And Zion.
That could be a possibility. So you have 6 players in the front court, 6 players in the back
AD
court.
needs to rest as much as he can.
6 players in the front court, 6 players in the back court. Of course, you said for your front court, Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, Jordan Poole, Jaylen Brown, and who was your other guard? Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Poole, Brown. Who was your other guard?
Who's my 6th?
Dame, Steph, Kyrie, Brown, Poole. And damn it, who was your other guard?
I know I'm missing. You missing one. You said Dame?
Yes, I said Dame. Who was your other guard?
Oh, Booker.
Booker. Okay, Devin Booker. That was okay. Booker, which makes sense. So that's your so Dame, Steph, Booker, Poole, Brown, and Kyrie. That's your 6 guards. And then your bigs was AD, LB, KD, Kawhi, and
it was and who was it? Oh, Zion.
Do you think that team would be able to compete? Really?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. With my starters being Kyrie, Steph, KD, Kyrie, Steph.
Kyrie, Steph, and KD, your 3 is
3. No. Stop. Oh, here we go. Kyrie, Steph, Tatum, KD, and probably AD.
So everyone else will be coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
He said Kyrie would decline the stage of his age life for obvious reasons. Coach Cal say Dame,
Name Fox,
Steph,
Mitchell.
Mitchell, Tatum,
Oh, Mitchell.
Booker, and
Forgot
Drew.
about Mitchell. Drew Holiday? No, he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent as hell. You talk about inconsistency. Drew is inconsistent as hell. I give you Booker, Tatum, definitely Donovan Mitchell. That's one. Yeah, that's definitely. I would definitely Donovan, Steph. I give you all of them, but
It's like you're gonna need more big men. All of them will get injured.
sounds
So
like
yesterday,
you right.
where Coach Wayne at? So yesterday, Coach Wayne. I don't know if you caught yesterday. Coach Wayne had. Coach Wayne always talks about how he gets down on the court. Yeah. So he was in Lee in Fort Lee yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he put the camera on. He's like, I'm coming with receipts. He put the camera on.
Mm.
In the first few in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the video, 3 buckets. And he was like, and another one, you almost can say 3 consistent buckets. I think over the course of 5 transition plays, he contributed to probably all 5 of them, whether it was an assist or
so he was
score.
playing against his squad.
I don't know what squad he's. I guess he was. It looked like it was just a pickup in the gym.
Regular pickup game.
Yeah,
okay.
Or some of them. So I don't know how many of them was players in which we know, saying could go get it. But in any case, he got on the court. He set it up.
Mm-hmm.
He came down. They got down. He went, got a rebound, came back down, pulled up, knocked down. Then he got one. So it was one that was kind of like off the camera. But the last you seen was he had the ball in his hands, and then a few seconds later, you seen the ball went up, and then it went down. So it's like, okay, another one, and then he got one that was in the post, quick turnaround, knockdown. He's like, another one. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So that's why he's telling Coach Cal, I'm ready for the 40 and over league.
What? He knocking him down like that?
Yeah, he said he had to come with the receipts. He said he had to come with the receipts.
Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta let him know what you about that life. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta put it. You gotta put it on. Wow. All right.
He was big enough that he was locking up what they needed after all them backdoor cuts, and that's why I keep saying, Coach Cal, Drew Holiday is overlooked continuously. But I don't know if I would take him to the international game.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't think it. Yeah. Drew, and I'm not. I mean, Drew is a good player, and I'm not knocking him for his play. I just don't know if I would take him to international play because there's too many. You're picking Drew Holiday over who's my 6th person. So you would pick Drew over Booker.
Well, he has Booker.
No, he got Booker. So you pick.
He doesn't have y'all.
He doesn't have Jaylen Brown or Kyrie. You picking Drew over Kyrie or Jaylen Brown? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. You're picking Drew over Kyrie or Jaylen Brown? No, not on my watch. I'm not. Nope.
But of course, in any case, now Grant Hill is.
He's the coach.
He's the director now. No, he puts the team together. Coach Steve Kerr is the coach. Grant Hill is the director, so he puts the team together now. And which, like I said, he said he's going away from tryouts.
So this is his idea for them to go away from tryouts and all of that.
That's his ideal. He said that he feels like it's different. He feels like it's going to open the pool up a little more because you will have more players that's willing to commit to playing the 1 year as opposed to saying that you're going to commit X amount of years. Because before they used to have a pool of players, so that way if someone that said they was committed to playing X amount of years, that if they weren't able to play, then they had a pool of other players to come from. Because it's like a 50-man pool they pull from. But now they're looking at just doing maybe 24 men because they're going to pick the 12 players and then they're going to pick 12 select players to basically that's going to basically fill the roster voids if need be, if there's a situation. So
he'll never get a pick again. He'll never be in charge of that again. That ain't gonna go over well. I'm just saying.
But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we know. I mean, the game is different, man.
I mean, I'm
I
not
don't know.
saying it isn't,
Well,
but
no,
I'm
I'm
just
saying
saying,
different as far as like who they're playing against. And he said that's what they also take in consideration. He's like they're taking into consideration players in their off seasons. It's like they're taking into consideration of what who they could who meshes well, and lastly they're taking into consideration who they're competing against. So who does the states or I guess I say the states. Who does the states have? Who does the
oh,
states
I
have
don't know what that means.
that can compete with a Jokic or a Giannis? Who does the Americans
Jokic
have
or
or
Giannis?
Giannis? Yeah, when it comes to big men, who can compete with Jokic or Giannis when it comes to big men? Or Embiid. I mean, the only person they have is an Embiid if they decide to keep him on. But if not, if Embiid plays with his country in Cameroon, who does the United States have that's going to be able to compete with a Jokic, a Giannis, or Embiid, respectfully?
I don't think we have one, to be
Except
honest.
for maybe, like you said, AD, maybe Jared Allen, maybe he can hold the fort. But I mean, we talk about someone that can go get it, and all
Yeah,
three of them
can go get it.
can go get it. You know what I'm saying? This is and separately, we're not even taking in consideration. Oh, Cat, Big Cat, maybe if he claims US. Yeah, Cat is Canadian, isn't he?
But could Big Cat really put in work on either one of them? Honestly, like, can he really be a force against any one of those
I
on
think,
some real?
honestly, when you look at it, the US may be lacking in that department.
That part easy, without freaking question, bro. In my personal opinion, I don't think we have anybody to answer for Giannis or Embiid or Jokic.
Oh, he's Dominican. Okay. Yeah, so so he can play with Dominican Republic or potentially. So yeah, so it becomes we're diminished, and then you got people like Victor Wembanyama, who can play for his country. He does so it's a lot of talent out there in big men that can be damning to the U.S. So I really think the angst is set between the difference is made between at that guard play, like Coach Cal was talking about earlier. The guard play makes a difference because the bigs is only thing the bigs can do is really see if they can hold it down. And then we got to take into consideration we look at the players that we can know that are here in the States. It's players
we ain't
from
never
those
even heard of.
Yeah, it's players from the countries that get it in, and they're playing,
and they ain't even made it over here yet.
Yeah, they just decide to play in their country. Or you got players that used to play in the United States that now have went over back to their countries and they can play there. And when they get linked up with the other people who they've been playing with consistently over the years, it makes a difference. So the game is definitely, in my opinion, catching up with the U.S. game, and probably this is going to be a huge challenge for Grant Hill to put together a team, and secondly, not to mention that, like he said it himself, Adebayo, Jaren Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, Bahamas, so they're out there. It's completely different. So it could be different. It definitely be different.
Yeah, without question.
And you already know how he put out there. He already put out there is gold or bust. So it's no in between.
Who's put that out there?
Grant Hill. He's like he understands it's gold or bust. There's no in between.
We've been known to get our butt toe in the game, bro.
It's always hard to follow behind someone else when they was winning, and then you come in as a new cat and got to still continue to win the efforts.
That part, bro.
And falling short doesn't work.
Yeah, that part, bro. I definitely would love to see it though. It would definitely be very entertaining, in my opinion. I would without question. I would think it'd be a very entertaining game.
So, do you think they need to go take the same team to Worlds as they would to the Olympics, Or do you think they can kind of like take a team that just gets them through Worlds, so they have good seeding, and then they bring their top team to the Olympics? Or do you think just because now that they're back to back for the most part in a year, back to back years, that they need to take the same team they take the Worlds, this need to be the same team they take it to the Olympics?
Because if the world team gets smashed, no, we need to make some changes. We need to make some changes, guys. We need some standbys. Hey, let's swap out. You ain't get the mustard. You gotta go. Need some swap outs. Drew Holiday. Hey, you gotta go. It's kind of Scotty Barnes is you want to go small.
Well, yeah, Scotty Barnes not big. Like they have, like I say, even Evan from Cleveland, he's enough. Mobley, Evan Mobley is
Mobley.
Mobley. What I said, Mobley and Jared Allen. So I mean, they're out there. It's just, but it's no. I think we don't have, the U.S. doesn't have scoring bigs like.
Oh no, we definitely
don't. Nations we'd have.
Yeah, we don't have.
The only one we probably have is it's only AD might be the only one, and we all know how AD goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what about Randall from the Knicks? You don't think that'd be a
no?
Julius wouldn't be that key.
I don't think he would. I don't know. Well, I mean, he would probably work. It just it would definitely have to be a situation where he's like, man, we gotta really, because you're looking at that Giannis.
Yeah. When it come down to it, when by paper, we wouldn't have a chance. By paper, it looks as though by paper we would just get smashed because it's just too much talent. When you got Joker, Giannis, and Embiid all in three different playing with three
different teams with their homes and with those other people who we don't know who.
But
but you still got Spain. The Spaniards.
Spain always gives us a problem. Spain always gives us issues. But the thing about it is, when it's all said and done, there's people we don't know about. But are they that good? Are they good enough? Are they good enough to be? To be in other words, what about RJ Barrett? RJ Barrett is good. I don't know if he's
Canadian though.
But my thing is, like, only team that would, like you said, Spain is always good, but a team that would probably give me the biggest fear would probably be Giannis and his brothers. Because all three of them, two of them are in the NBA.
Greek team.
The Greek team, yeah. Two of them in the NBA, one is in the CBA or whatever, or So that would be, but that's my thing for those that's playing with Joker. Are they, are they good enough along with Joker to be able to beat the USA team or the international team?
Like Coach Cal said, it's some very big bigs in post player game in the Olympics, and then you got those that are like the ones in which we speak of that are problems. So for the most part, the problem is going to be, that's what it goes back to what he was saying earlier. You definitely need to outfit your guards to be able to play the game and beat their guards and hopefully dish and attack it from that angle, in my opinion. Because if you try to rely on the bigs, I think that's where we lose the game at.
Yeah.
You just need people that set to basically be able to set up and fix it and go from there and be able to backfield and some good guard play.
Well, in my personal opinion, the guards would be the deciding factor. Because when it comes down to bigs, we're shorthanded when it comes to bigs. But when it comes to guard play, we should definitely win over. Because I'm sure there's nobody in the international arena who's shooting the ball better than Steph or Dame.
Oh, maybe. We don't know. You might get somebody like, who the hell is this dude? You don't think so?
No, because if it was, we'd have been heard about him or something. Somebody would have got wind of it. If they were shooting the ball like Steph, somebody that got wind of it by now. If they shooting just lights out like Steph, like I'm saying, like shooting the ball like Steph, we'd have got wind of it by now. Even shooting the ball like Dame. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some international guys who can shoot the pill without question. But are they shooting from ranges like Dame and Steph? That's what I'm talking about. Nah. And that's crucial. That's crucial. So when it's all said and done, yes, it will definitely come down to the guard play on the outcome and who would be on top and who would be able to finish strong. If it came down to a post game, yeah, it might be ugly. Might be ugly. But if we make it a guard game, yeah, it should be interesting.
So speaking of guards, or even just speaking of game, or even just speaking, what did you think about yesterday's spending frenzy when it came to the NFL?
I said, like I told you, everything in which I said pretty much happened. Hargrave left, came over to y'all. Jimmy G got signed. Jason Kelce is returning. All these things in which I spoke of, bro, actually took place. I forgot this. Adam Thielen got released.
Yeah, he got released
by the Minnesota Vikings. I forgot to talk about that yesterday. He got released like on Sunday or Saturday or sometime last week. He got released, which was crazy. Jared Allen looks like he's not Jared Allen. What's his name? Boy from the Packers. Look like he's trying to head to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. What's his name?
He's all Aaron Lazard.
Allen Lazard. Yep.
So that's from what it says is the expectation is that's why they picked up Allen Lazard to put him over there because he was one of Aaron Rodgers' favorite people. So that's hopefully that's
a way to lure him in.
To lure, like his dangle his bait or whatever case like that to lure him over to
New York.
Lure him that way, yeah.
Yeah. I mean with
y'all have lost a lot of players on defense,
which is expected. Like I said, Hargrave is gone. We knew that, which I told you, which we was
y'all lost a linebacker.
Yeah, we did. We lost old boy. What's his name?
I think he's in what's called it now.
Cool.
I think is he in Tennessee or is he in where did he go to? Or is he in Chicago now? I think is he in Chicago? No. Where did he go?
I know you're talking about, but I can't call his name right now. Which, like I said, all of that is not surprising at all. I said I figured we was gonna lose some key people. You know what I'm saying? And it just, that's what I love about the NFL. When I kind of enjoy the offseason because a lot of things happen. A lot of things. Chicago making mad moves, man.
Chicago is making. But is it going to be help? Is it going to work though? Do you think it works?
I hope. So
what's good, Jay? What's going on?
What up,
bro?
Jay? What up, Jay? What's good? So to me, I feel like what they're doing is they're taking Chicago is being very
aggressive, methodical.
Methodical. Thank you. They're playing chess and not checkers. So so everybody knows Chicago needs to address their offensive line. However, what they're doing is they're addressing other weak points with free agency. So they're addressing other other weak points with free agency. And I think what they're going to do is try and
use that the ninth and the 61st pick to address their line potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think that's
he said because Jayden says draft keeping the salary low.
Yes, that part exactly.
So, go ahead. Do you really get that type of at number 9? Like so, with these moves that they made, they brought in the linebacker, they brought in some offense, they brought in they're making moves between. Okay, he said Jay says they're in a 3-year rebuild.
That
So
part.
when you look
That's
at
his
it, like
squad.
they're
You know,
making moves.
yeah.
Well, no,
That's
Jay
his,
Ness is a what's called Mike is a Bulls is a Bears fan. Jay Ness is a Cardinals fan.
Cardinals fan. That's right. You're right.
So,
Facts.
but so like they're bringing in players like I between Chicago and even who we ain't even mentioned yet, Atlanta.
You know who
I
else is
know
making major moves too? Yeah, Herc hit me up too. He already hit
Yeah,
me up.
yeah.
He sent me some. But
Yeah, he
these
said me too.
certain teams is making huge moves, bro. Atlanta, the Raiders.
Yeah, they
are
just signed
making
Jacoby Myers.
They
So
just
now
signed
they
him.
have Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfro, Jacoby Myers, Mike Waller.
Yeah,
They re-signed Amir Abdullah. Are they going to
bro.
bring it? They franchise tag Jacoby Jacob,
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
Brought in Jimmy Garoppolo. Although
brother.
not too many people don't like that move though.
With Jimmy, why? Who don't like it?
If you look at, I watch NFL memes, and it seems like there's not a lot of
No love for
Jimmy Garoppolo
going over there. But you said Jimmy wasn't coming back to.
Oh yeah, I know he was going back to San Francisco. It was too much done already.
Yeah, so we knew
I definitely thought Jimmy was going to. He was going to Houston, or he was going to Oakland. I mean, Las Vegas, because he played with Josh McDaniels, or to go with D'Amico Ryans to Houston, in which I think the D'Amico Ryans thing would have been a better fit. But I mean, he went ahead and went with McDaniels in Las Vegas.
Yeah, which is not bad, man. I think that's. I see Jimmy over there. I can see Jimmy over there flourishing over in Las Vegas. I'm just being honest, man. I can see Jimmy over there, and now they add weapons alongside of him, bruh.
So it's high hopes. We see, of course, Taylor Heineke is now the backup. Is now the backup in Atlanta.
Atlanta, because he left Washington.
Mm-hmm. Mike White is the backup in Miami now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who else out there? We just said Myers is in Las Vegas now. Emmons, like we said, one of them. He's in Chicago now. Jones is in Seattle on a 3-year deal.
Yep.
Hargraves, as you mentioned before earlier, is in San Francisco now. Jimmy Ward leaves San Francisco and goes with his defensive coordinator and is signing.
That's your boy, Houston. He goes to Houston.
He's in Houston, going to Houston.
How you feel about Jimmy Ward going to Houston?
I expected it. Once they said, talking about, because you got to think Jimmy Ward was a safety, and he got injured, lost the safety position, and they moved him into like a nickelback cornerback position, in which he probably wasn't fine with that, and he basically decided to leave, and so now he left and he goes to where he can play. Interestingly enough, Cincinnati loses both their starting safeties as Bates.
Bates and old boy went left. Yep.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Now but Bates is a huge deal. Bates went to Atlanta, right? Is that where he is? Atlanta?
Did Bates go to Atlanta? Was it Atlanta? I think so. Was it Atlanta?
I think.
Who did Pittsburgh picked up somebody? Oh, Pittsburgh picked up
Peterson.
Patrick Peterson. Yes, Patrick Peterson.
That's the first thing when Eric was on. He was like, they pissing them off. The Vikings are pissing them off. Yeah, Taylor Heineke's probably gonna start. Maybe, depending on, I don't know. It's possibly maybe he can beat out Ritter. Maybe Ritter beats him out. We don't know. But our expectation is probably Taylor Heineke is going to start, definitely. We already know Sam Howell's expected to be the starter in Washington, or they're going to pick up or draft somebody. Like Jaden say, they packed a bunch of youngsters that will bud around at the same time. Correct. Everyone's from 23, 24 years old, roughly, when we got Khalil Herbert and Justin Fields and a couple of other Claypool, more. So yeah, definitely that's what it seems like they did. Low risk, high reward type situation when you look at them growing together. So it's a whole lot going on as I try to look and see, does the Lazard situation puts New York in position to get Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. For the most part, we know Aaron Rodgers tends to be a person that likes a continuity where he's at, but it was a little bit different because he had been at Green Bay so long. So of course that made sense. But now when you look at it on the opposite side of the spectrum, is that going to work for him? Does that put him in a good position to where he feels like, okay, New York is where he wants to be at? Would he not had would he had not you funny, Deontay. Would he had not been benefit? Would he had already decided to go to the Jets if that's what he was doing? Or do we think is that just a thing where we think he's just waiting out where he knows he's going to go ahead and pull up in the Jets and that's what he's going to do? So a whole lot is going on for the most part, in which we're taking a look at things unfolding. We already know the Jets. I mean, not the Jets. Consequently, if you want Rodgers, go get Cobb. They better not go get no Randall Cobb. The Browns bringing Brian Tomlinson in to the Brown to replace Davian Clowney. So they bring in Tomlinson. Clowney's out the door in Cleveland. Wilson got brought in. Donovan Wilson got brought into the Cowboys. True, he does. He likes the spotlight. Offensive line, McGovern leaves the Cowboys and goes to the Bills. So that vaulted Cowboys offensive line is being dissected, and they got to make moves to get people in there. So it's really starting to take a whole different look. We already know Dalton Schultz still hasn't made the decision, or it hasn't been picked up by anybody yet. Mostert decides to agree to a 2-year deal. He's staying in. He's going to be in Miami. So it's a lot going on, man. Orlando Brown still out there. Dalton Schultz, Bradbury, Gardner Johnson, Levante David is still out there. We just talked about Williamson was resigned by the Cowboys. Myers is now in Las Vegas. What else? Kelsey, as Bishop said earlier, Jason Kelsey agrees to a 1-year deal to stay in Philadelphia, running back. Sheldon Rankins returns to the Jets. He's going to be there to bolster that defense. Maybe another thing that helped bring Aaron Rodgers in to talk about having a nice defense. The Minnesota Vikings re-signs Nick Mullins to be the backup behind Kirk Cousins. I don't know why they did that. Lazard being brought in. Heineke already brought in. We discussed that. What else? So earlier, hold up real quick before I go further and talk about these free agents, right? So the first and foremost, like we said, the Falcons have spent $233 million in bringing in players to play. From guards to defense, like they spend in loot, right? But so that's one thing. I thought Orlando Barr was coming to Washington. No, he's currently still on the on the free agent list. But so what is interesting to me is the huge amount of players that are having restructured contracts to make the money work for bringing in more players for the most part. So we have always talked about before, talking about Aaron Rodgers and how presumably Aaron Rodgers doesn't do what he has to do to share the money when it comes down to it. So that brings me back to the conversation. And with all these restructuring of contracts, we seen New Orleans have to restructure the contracts of Alvin Kamara, Cam Jordan. They restructured the contract for Jameis Winston, Davenport. Well, Davenport is gone now. What's his name? Lattimore. They've all restructured contracts to be able to make the money work to bring in more talent, I guess you could say. But why does he have to do this? Like, why is it like we already know Dak Prescott restructured his contract. The 49ers had to restructure Travaris Ward's contract to clear money. It was you bring in other players. Like, what is this? Why is Mr. Radler going back to the Saints? He must have accepted his backup role. He did, and that's exactly what happened, Cal. He accepted the backup role, and he took a pay cut for it. So, I was going to get to that. But so when you look at it, in the case of Jameis Winston, he accepted the backup role. He was due to make $12.5 or $12.4 million, but he accepted the role to be the backup to Carr, in which he's going to be paid $4 million with the opportunity to make up to $8 million due to incentives. So now you have it to where he went from $12 million to $4 million with the possibility to make $8 million. What do you do with that? Because they could have had they made it to June, post June, they would have to pay him the guaranteed $12 million. They could make it to June. They were going to even release him to where they would have had to eat a portion of that money, or they could have they could have released him and saved $4 million on the cap, and I think he would have got $8. He would have $4 million. He would have counted $4 million against the cap, and they would have had to eat I think $8 million. So instead of releasing him, they got him to buy into what would have been the $4 million on the cap, and then they sweetened the pot just by giving him an additional $4 million potentially in incentives, in which he can earn, and they all end up saving $4 million overall. What's good? What's going on, John A? Glad to have information with us this morning. I hope everything's going good for you there in out there where you are. I want to give up your location. So I hope everything's going good for you. So that's the end state. Like Jameis Winston, he basically, it comes out to that's what his value is now. That's what's up. All good, of course. Glad to hear that. I think Jameis must just like New Orleans as a city because there's no way. So, Drunk, you would have left if you wouldn't have had any potential. I'm very sure there was an analysis done to see who would pick up Jameis Winston or where he can go and get money. And there wasn't probably none done. And then secondly, he's probably looking at, well, how sure are they behind David Carr? What's his likelihood of being able to play? The Colts do not have a QB currently. They have Ellinger, who was the backup from last year. So they're sitting with Ellinger currently. So that's what they have in that. So Ellinger is their current backup. It's their current quarterback, in which they're probably going to draft somebody with one of those draft picks early in the like maybe Richardson or something like that, probably, who's on their radar per the difference of who's on the radar for the Carolina Panthers. So they're probably going to get one of those. And that's the starting point, Anthony. Like, you look at it, because I look at it like this, which is unfortunate. The Saints paid Taysom Hill $8 million to be the backup to Jameis Winston, but then turned around and brought in other quarterbacks into the organization, to which ended up being the backup. And then Taysom Hill got moved to the tight end room, but he serves as a serviceable backup. That's currently what they had. So they paid $8 million to Taysom Hill. Jameis is making $4 million, which is below that of backup money. Because we just seen Taylor Heineke get 3 years. We just seen Mike White get 2 years, $16 million 2 years. So the average for a backup quarterback is sitting around $8 million. But I guess it's the value of the backup, because that's not what you got in that's not what we just got for James. That's not what you just got from Jameis Winston. Now I don't know what type of money Sam Darnold got, because he's presumably the backup. But again, when you look at it, knock on wood, Sam Darnold may be the starter for the 49ers. So I don't know when it comes down to it. It could be, it's a whole lot. But what I know is there's a lot of restructuring going on. And it's based on what? Are they doing too much based on the fact that they don't have a guaranteed salaries in the NFL? Slinks Kitty don't believe in Jameis. They don't as a starter. They replace him every chance they get. And sometimes, and I honestly, I agree with you, Jordan. Completely agree with you. Facts, the Saints need a whole lot of QB backups. We had a bad year. Y'all got Carr now. He might be able to whip it. Titans QB spot seems vulnerable too. I mean, Tannehill isn't the worst compared to around the league when you look at it. It's just, I think where it really takes, then they don't have the greatest. I don't know how effective Malik Willis is going to be over the course of the next couple of years. So it's all dependent. Oh no, that's not going to work. Winston got hurt a lot. Yeah, Winston he had back issues and foot issues, and not to mention he came off the ACL the year before. So with the uncapped NFL, I think if the NFL is uncapped, then I think you start to see a lot of teams that monopolize, and you start to see teams that are guided by the money. Some markets are better than others, or the owners who have long pockets would be willing to pay for said players, and it really causes a problem because everyone's not going to be able to do that. It really becomes a situation where you see people competing, where it becomes a likership in which people come in and like, okay, I take this. So I don't know if that would be the best thing to have an uncapped NFL. I don't know how this works. What do you think about that, Bishop? Uncapped NFL?
No.
People
Why?
People would get gobbled up.
Yeah. Why would we do why? What would be the purpose of making it uncapped?
Cowboys ain't as deep pocketed as you think, Calvin. I don't think it would be. I don't think they. Now he might be very shrewd, but I don't think his pockets are deep enough to buy him a team like that.
Go with the cowboy nonsense. If uncapped, then now we definitely win championships.
How would go?
Any reason to throw the Cowboys name in something, bro? Good God.
So
Jesus, man.
Let's just talk about. I was just talking about why is it that everyone has to restructure. There's a lot of restructuring of contracts going on. So I was like, is that a point to where because they don't have guaranteed contracts in the NFL, like people just be like, okay, we'll give you a guaranteed money, and it gets to a point where we'll take a hit. Are you restructuring your contract to help the team out?
Yeah, I told you I'm willing to do that. You have super teams without the cap hit. Absolutely, and that would be dumb.
No, I don't think it'll be that.
Oh, Eckler! Don't forget about Austin Eckler too.
He requested a trade.
Yeah, he sure did.
They haven't picked up his contract yet, and he's trying to get an extension, and he's requesting a trade. But he's staying in charge. He's staying with the Chargers.
You think he's staying?
Yeah. They don't have a chance to beat John Robinson, so he's gonna stay with the Chargers. I think they're going.
Why would he not? Why would he not be able to get? Why not at Bijan Robinson?
Because where are they at? Where are they sitting in the rankings?
In the picks?
They're not high enough.
But we looked at it. Bijan ain't going until like 20 something.
Nah, he's gonna go before that.
by the what is it? Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what, because I just saw it the other day. Ooh-wee.
He's gonna go higher than that. Where's Tampa Bay? I think he goes to Tampa Bay.
Well, I told you I saw they had whatchamacallit in a Tampa Bay uniform.
Who's that?
Baker Mayfield. They showed him in it too. Another signing. Ooh, boy. These signings is getting crazy. Raheem Mostert.
Raheem Mostert signed with the Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. But
that was another running back from San Francisco, running back by committee.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof, boy, this is.
I don't see y'all doing much. Bishop, what's good?
I think, but see,
is Howie? Is this be the time in which you be like, I can't stand Howie. We need to fire him. Like, where's that at?
Because he ain't done nothing wrong yet. He ain't done nothing wrong yet.
Letting Hargrave is it wrong?
Yeah, remember, I said Hargrave was going.
You know what? I see the picture, right? This is like a couple things cut to mind. Because it was Hargrave that basically knocked out Johnson in the championship game. Hargraves is the one that took out Johnson. That are back at the course. What's his name to come back in and just hand the ball off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope Hargraves returns the favor to the Eagles quarterback.
He's not catching Jalen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Good luck though. I feel I
can't. You know what? I can't wait.
I understand what you said.
I can't wait till we get it. I can't wait till we get it in. I wonder if that's what they're gonna do. Bring in another top end to bookend and the Hargrave to bang the middle and have them bookends coming around to force it to where I can't wait. I wonder who they going or what their plan is for the other left end on the opposite side, opposite of Bosa. I can't wait to see.
It won't matter because Bosa didn't do nothing.
It won't matter.
No, Bosa. What did Bosa do? What did Bosa do?
Man, and he's one man. I mean, he's also the defensive player of the year, so that makes it.
But what did he do against us?
That was one. He didn't get a sack, but he had.
Did he? Okay, he supposed to get tackles, but did he get a sack?
If he didn't get a sack because he was working alone.
He did
what everyone should do. He ran away. They ran away from him.
That means he did nothing. They did their job.
Anthony Price is no way in hell. Stop that. How dare you? Mike White's going to start in Miami. Mike White is not starting over Tua. Edwards, that's who it was.
TJ
Edwards and Emmy. Yeah, TJ Edwards.
Yeah.
Is Zeke going to be on another team's roster? I don't think. You know what? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not yet. I don't think so. Not yet.
Why not?
Nah, he's not. They're going to release TJ. You think they're going to release Zeke?
Yes. This Raiders team is looking scary.
Jacoby Mitchell, Myers.
Boy.
You know what? This is the same thing we were talking about last year. So I think I'm done with the whole on paper thing because on paper a lot looks good on paper.
Yeah, everything looks good on paper. Facts. I would not.
Then the game started happening. Then we'd be like, what happened?
Paper always looks good. Yeah, but can it translate over to the field is the question. I totally. Oh, and this was another breaking news. This one I was like, oh. I was shocked because this is big. This man is on the market. Dalvin. Yes. You didn't hear? Man, let me tell you what they saying. Dalvin Cook. Breaking news. This was 11 minutes ago. Dolphins in trade talks with Vikings running back Dalvin Cook. But with so many running backs still available, Miami wasn't willing to offer much. I'm sorry. However, it's more than clear that everyone in Minnesota is for sale minus Jettas. Justin Jetta. Yeah, Jettas. Yeah. But yeah, Dalvin Cook, bro. That's the other person I meant to talk about. Yeah. They talked about him. Derrick Henry too. Yeah, they talked about him yesterday too. As soon as we got
Leonard
off the show,
Fournette,
they talked about all of them.
Zeke is.
Yeah.
You start moving people around in certain positions, that makes a difference. Mixon, they remember Cincinnati talked about Mixon is potentially up, especially with his situation, shooting kid.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like this off season, these moves, the moves are just steady coming, bro, left and right. Like every
but back
time.
to this
Go ahead.
time. Oh, like Anthony Price just said, all the wide receivers in Denver are potentially on the block. So what's interesting is, of course, one thing, Case Keenum went back to Houston after 10 years. He's back in Houston. But what's interesting to me is Garrett Stidham, the former backup quarterback in New Orleans, when Sean Payton was there, is now the backup in Denver.
In Denver, yeah, he went to Denver. I saw that.
So now I wonder, because I don't think Payton is too sold.
Edwards, that's who you're talking about. Yeah, okay. TJ Edwards is the one that
TJ
he went to the
Edwards,
Bears. He went to the Bears.
Yeah. I don't think
he could go to. He wasn't.
I don't think Sean Payton is too sold on Wilson.
Yeah, this was huge too. Jesse Bates going to Atlanta.
That's another one. Big money.
Yes, Jesse Bates. That was a big one too.
And that's part, Calvin. I don't think Payton is going to put up with Russ. Hence the reason why he drunk in Jarrett Stidham.
Oh, you don't think? Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Wilson is not his dude, and so if he needs to bench,
he's trying to get rid of him.
He's gonna bench Wilson, and Stidham would be his backup, potentially, or maybe he's just staying with the continuity. Like, okay, I know Stidham; he was my backup behind Drew.
Ooh.
Washington needs to get another quarterback ASAP.
But no, didn't they just pick up? Didn't Washington just pick up
a quarterback? Not a quarterback.
They must be going for one in the draft then.
Probably so.
Because they released Carson, right? Yeah, they released Carson Wentz. They released
Carson. Yeah.
They released Carson.
The only person they have is Howell, and because Heineke's gone, so they have Howell that's there.
Yeah, Sam Howell. Yeah.
Caden Ellis. So another restructure. Josh Allen and Von Miller restructured their contract.
Yeah.
We were already talking earlier how Winston went from looking to earn $12 million. Now he's going to only get $4 million. He took a huge pay cut.
Yeah, when they reconstructed his contract, yeah.
Or is even reconstructed or get a cut, and then now he would be sitting somewhere wondering, "Am I going to get another job?"
Yeah. Then
I know drunk was like he didn't agree with that.
Oh yeah, a lot of people probably didn't.
He was a smart move. Like I was saying, I think he went forth and found out, hey, what's the market for me? And there's no takers. Oh, that's someone else y'all lost. Marcus Epps. He goes to the Raiders too.
Mike Epps?
Yeah, Marcus Epps.
Is it Marcus Epps or Mike? He went to the who?
Raiders.
When did we lose him?
Yesterday.
Did we? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he agrees to a deal with the Los Angeles Raiders. I mean, Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, man, the Raiders they trying to make a run. The Raiders is picking up candidates left and right, bro. They are not playing.
Michael Gallup restructured his contract. Yes, Teddy Bridgewater is a free agent now. Unless they keep him to be
is he a free agent?
Yeah, unless they keep him around to compete against Mike White and Tua.
Oh, I didn't know Teddy was a free agent. I didn't know he went into free agency.
We all know Sam Darnold is a 49er.
But he stay hurt. Teddy stay hurt. Like he can't stay healthy.
How much did he get? They ain't say what they gave him.
No. Are you serious?
What's that?
Just in 2 hours ago, the Eagles are reportedly interested in Jacoby Brissett as the backup for Jalen Hurts.
That's not bad. I thought, like I said yesterday, I'd take Jacoby.
We got rid of
Y'all got rid of everybody. Y'all got rid of everybody.
We got rid of
Y'all got rid of what's his name? Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
But I thought y'all brought in somebody else.
Not that I know of. For him?
For a backup. Yeah, for a backup. I thought someone else had been bringing in a backup.
Not that I know of. This is 2 hours ago that we are currently as their backup, according to Aaron Wilson in the NFL. Woo.
Nah, he better off going to Carolina, or
this is what you was talking about. Who is better to go to Carolina?
Brissett.
No, but Carolina got the first pick now. Why would you go for Jacoby Brissett when you have the first pick?
A backup.
Yeah, but first see who you get in the like.
Yeah, he goes as a backup.
Yeah, that's what Trey was talking about in regards to Jarrett Stidham.
He's
going to the Broncos. Signed with the Broncos.
Yeah, I'd rather Brissett should go to he should go to what's called Carolina. To be the backup there, potentially starter maybe. Because his old coach, he was a starting quarterback for Indianapolis at one point when Frank Reich was there. So put him in position to potentially compete for a starter in Carolina.
Ooh, Eric Kendricks went to the
Los Angeles Chargers.
No, Chargers too. Eric Kendricks went to the Chargers as well, leaving Minnesota. Minnesota getting rid of a lot of people, bro. They trying to make some room. What was they cap? Yesterday when you looked at it?
What was it? Was it 6 million? Was they over 6 million? 17 million? 14 million? Something like that?
Yeah. They freeing up some players, boy. They getting rid of some players. Man. And Dalvin Cook is a big one if they get rid of him. They get rid of Dalvin, that's major money available. Boy. The Bears is making major moves too. Man, it's certain teams just making moves all over the place, bro. The Bears picked up Nate Davis.
Yeah, they did.
Nate Davis. Yeah. Which is smart because they need it, like we just talked about. They need somebody to protect Justin Fields. If they plan to make him the future of the franchise, they need somebody to protect him. They definitely need somebody to protect Justin.
The Ravens released Calais Campbell to make room to put it's that type of stuff that constantly does the same thing, like causes backlash. So the Ravens had to franchise tag what's his name? Lamar. And for them to be able to fit that franchise tag under the cap, they they released Calais Campbell.
Yes, they did. Calais Campbell is gone. That's right.
Yeah,
they did that.
Calais Campbell. They did. It's like that is it. It causes it's a backlash. It continues to cause that's going to continue to cause issues, and then not to mention. But I think Jackson stays in Baltimore. I don't think he's going anywhere. The Colts are taking. Coach Cal says Cowboys have extremely quiet, and Parsons has been the opposite. I hope it's a calm before the storm in free agency.
That you know what, Calvin? That is very, very interesting. The Cowboys have been real quiet. They have been real quiet. Like we haven't heard a peep out the
Basically,
Cowboys.
everybody in it's like everyone. It's like the Cowboys and the Eagles have been quiet.
What?
But the Cowboys and Eagles have been quiet, but Washington and New York have been making a noise.
What do you think about this?
Yeah,
Sam Darnold.
1 year deal.
So now y'all have. Hold on now. Let's take a pause for the calls. Now we talking Sam Darnold, Trey Lance,
and Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Mhm.
So y'all done brought in Sam Darnold. Got rid of Jimmy. Brought in Sam Darnold. And y'all don't have y'all don't have a QB controversy now? For real?
No.
What?
So
so you still stuck on Trey starting?
No. So what's going to
That's what
happen
you-
is what's going to
Go ahead,
happen?
let's hear it.
What's going to happen is Sam comes in healthy and able to take the helm.
So he's gonna run. So he's gonna run. Come out the gate running with the Bulls.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's able to come in and take the helm because they don't know. We don't know what we're going to have in Trey Lance because Brock Purdy just got surgery that put him behind a little bit. Trey Lance,
Purdy has had surgery now.
Yeah, he has
Okay.
Yeah, he's in recovery.
I know
he just had surgery a week or two ago. Yeah, he had surgery a week or two ago. So he's currently out. Trey Lance is recovering from his broken ankle to where he's going to come. So presumably, what we'll be looking at is Sam Darnold versus see
right? About this. Right? This is his old quarterback. That's what I'm saying, right?
So, presumably, what is happening is it's going to be between Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. Technically, you got a 2018 number 3 overall pick, and you have a 2020 or 21 overall third pick in the 2 of them. So we'll see how it goes. But he's a serviceable backup of anything.
So you cool with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
To me,
I would, like I said, I would prefer Jacoby Brissett, but I'm fine.
Over Sam.
Yeah, but I'm fine. I'm fine with fine with Sam.
Well, we do know this, right? We do know this. It's safe to say that y'all definitely ain't getting Lamar.
No, I wouldn't say that.
What do you mean you wouldn't say that?
Y'all
just signed Sam. Why would y'all get? How would y'all get Lamar?
Backup. Backup.
Who's backup? Who's being the backup? Y'all got 4 quarterbacks now.
Sam would be coming. The backup would go.
4.
We needed 4. Think about it. If we would have had Sam, we needed 4.
Straight facts.
Talking about we needed 4.
Straight facts.
Imagine if we would have had Sam Darnold in there, it might have been more of a game. Like we needed 4. So
straight facts. I can't even lie about that one. I mean, you hit that nail on the head. You right.
So, but I mean, I don't think it still doesn't put out because I mean, in the scheme of all things, in-state is they can release Brock or Trey if it came down to it and not really cost them anything. I mean, it cost them a little something, but of course it'd be the biggest flaw because if you release Brock, if you end up releasing Trey Lance, you basically wasted your draft picks for nothing.
And you take a cap hit, don't you?
Or maybe not necessarily. I mean, because you got to think for the most part, the at this point when you look at it, those draft picks in which they sent out are like lower or basically like second round draft picks because they're like the first round number 29, first round 30, like that. Who wants that? Von Bell, yeah, I seen that. He's the other one. So, like I said, the Bengals lost both their starting free safety and strong safety to free agency. Von Bell to the Carolinas, and then Bakes to Atlanta.
What is the Bengals doing? They letting a lot of people go, bro.
Like I said, usually that means they have something in store. So
they do. They doing.
It also could be a move because they want to bring in T Higgins. They want to secure T Higgins, and then also you got to take in consideration it's coming up time where they got to extend what's his name, Burrow. So they got to make that. They got to put money. So they got to make sure the money's there.
Where's Carolina?
Cincinnati.
What do you had on the draft order? Ooh, where's it? Cincinnati ain't even in the top 20. They're 29th. They got the 29th pick in the first round.
It's that type of stuff where I say it's like, so sometimes those trades don't make a difference. Bears.
Wow. They the 29th pick in the first round.
I wonder where Carolina's going with their pick. Who you think Carolina's taking in the first?
Carolina went to first pick, right? Yeah, they got the first pick now. I don't, man.
They gave up a lot
Well,
to get the first pick.
So it's definitely a quarterback. I think it's a quarterback because like, they didn't got rid of Sam. They obviously weren't happy with Sam. So I think it's either boy from Ohio State or
Stroud,
or that
Robinson.
kid from or that no. I don't think it's no the white kid.
Oh, Levis.
Mm-hmm.
Levis.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think it is going to be. That's what I think it's going to be. Carolina's obviously looking for a quarterback. In my opinion, we just got to see. That's crazy though. Oh, look, what? We just got to see. The Lions made some noise yesterday too. The Lions made some noise. I mean, everybody cool. A lot of these teams quiet, man. We ain't heard nothing from the Jets, which we know why we ain't heard nothing from the Jets. We ain't heard nothing from.
Oh yeah, they're waiting. Yeah,
we ain't heard nothing from Baltimore. We know why that is. We ain't heard nothing from Baltimore either. We ain't heard nothing from Jacksonville. Ain't heard nothing from Dallas. And we ain't heard nothing from Kansas City. Those are the teams we ain't heard really. Indianapolis, we ain't heard a whole lot from either. Or the Rams, outside of course, what's his name?
Releasing. Oh, you know what? That's who the Cowboys is potentially, which is funny. Calvin said it yesterday. They're taking a look at
Jalen Ramsey is
Wagner.
Bobby Wagner?
Yeah.
The Cowboys?
The Cowboys. They said the Cowboys and the Seahawks are looking at Bobby Wagner. If I was Bobby, I don't think I would go back to Seattle. But the Cowboys is looking at, which is interesting because that might be Van Der Esch might be out unless they decide to bring him back. So
Cowboys are real quiet, bro. That raise questions. Update. Noah Brown from the Cowboys is being signed by the Texans. Just saw that. This just happened 1 minute ago. Noah Brown, the wide receiver from the Cowboys, is heading over to the Texans. So he's just going up the street for the most part. He's going to the Texans. That's the first thing I've heard from the Cowboys. That happened just a minute ago. So that's about it, though. Everybody, like, they pretty much kind of quiet. Quiet as kept, bro. Quiet as kept.
Excuse me.
Quiet as kept. Dallas
might get OBJ.
Dallas, man, ain't nobody. And Dallas ain't getting no darn OBJ. He did work out for 13 teams. They didn't say what 13 teams it were, but he did work out for 13 teams. But Dak ain't finna be able to get that ball to that man like that, man. Dak ain't finna be able to do that for that man. That's probably what all y'all Cowboys fans want, though. But nah, I don't see it happening. We shall see, though. We shall see.
So, of course, that is that show for today. Of course, we greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us today as we continue to catch up and keep a lookout on what's going on in the NFL during this non-tampering portion of the free agency. Free agency kicks off tomorrow, where all them deals become 100% guaranteed, and they go. And we continue to see what the movement will be. Be sure to tap in with us as we continue to bring you that throughout the course of the mornings. NBA, like you said, like I discussed earlier today, number 4 through 13 in the West has an opportunity to basically take a whole different turn depending on wins and losses. Tomorrow, the first couple of days, games in the women's and men's March Madness tournament as we continue. They get an opportunity to decide who certain seeds are going forth. So it's a whole vibe. So be sure to tap in with us. I think we got something special for Thursday night. You hear me? Thursday night. We might have something going on, exclusive talk to the women in military basketball and what they think about the state as we have continued to cover that. So, of course, be looking for that. As you know, we greatly appreciate y'all tapping in and being with us this morning, every morning as we continue on. So look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Y'all know 09 to 1100 Central Standard Time. And I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. It's a Tuesday. Go out and enjoy yourselves. It's your boy Trey, First Formation Morning Sports Talk, and we out. Peace.